I love how they always like insert their abilities, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Is this gonna be? Yes, I know this one.
I wonder what it is.
Like this has nothing to do with the animation, but the song is really nice.
Oh, I love this one.
This one is also with no 3D reference. I mean, one would hope that they actually take videos of themselves at least.
Yeah, I like the glitch effect he has and the passing on. Oh.
I love how they always like insert their abilities, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he with the time jumping around, yes.
Smoke animation. Nice.
Hell yeah, Senna, give it all. Yes, we were all alone, like chilling, nothing.
Oh, I love that. The dimensions are so epic.
Homegirl is thick.
Yeah, the backgrounds are also 3D, probably, right?
I think so.
They're all like thicker than a snicker.
Oh, it's so nice.
The highlights are really nice.
Yes, and the color.
That looks like the entrance to the train station in Luzern.
SOYEON.
Is it SOYEON? Nice.
I've seen the breakdown of this scene and how they acted it out. It's so nice.
Cool.
Yeah, SOYEON is so nice. Such a good rapper.
I like how it's like an actual music video. Like it's actually like with the different sets and stuff.
Now comes the best part.
Yeah.
So cool.
And the little animation on the rotators.
And I also love the fact that like they put the detail into it, that they have like the projectors with the flashing lights, so it's even like realistic.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Oh,
So cool.
nice. Are all the backgrounds 3D or nice?
Oh, this is my favorite part. Yes. Oh man, I love this.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Is that a reference to PlayStation? I mean, there's triangles, X's, and circles.
What do you mean?
Because Sony has bought the rights to triangles and X's. And
I mean, yes, of course.
I want to animate something like this.
So much respect for the people who made this. So Yeah. much. But I like the effects too.
Look at them being cool.
Oh, that is cool.
yeah.
Why would you want to animate in a fisheye perspective? That's just dumb.
But it looks cool.
I know it looks cool, but tiny feet. Why would you want to animate that? My brain would not comprehend.
Oh, so nice. I love it.
TM, League of Legends.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't know?
I don't play League of Legends.
Me neither, but she talks about it enough for me to know.
Again, some information I know you already know it. Band is called True Damage and it is a virtual band.
Like gorillas.
Yeah, so this band was created in 2019 for the League of Legends World Championship. It starts artists like Becky, Keke, SOYEON, DUCKWRTH and Thutmose. SOYEON was already part of another virtual group, a K-pop group. And the lore behind all of this is that her character, Akali, went on to do her solo project and got together other artists, basically. It was animated by The Line Animation. It's a company based in London.
Yeah, I know them. They're so cool. They make great stuff. I think, weren't they the ones who made Takeover as well? Yeah. Yeah, them doing music, great idea. I mean, I think there were other trailers or other videos that were a bit more epic, or maybe because it was more fighting, this is really just a music video. But yeah, like the part with Echo was really nice.
Can we talk about how this part has so much more charm than everything else?
Yes.
And this is really clean and really beautiful and everything's okay, and I couldn't do it any better, but
I mean, honestly,
This
is really cool. I think it's the just, you know, limited color palette, simplicity of the sequence. It's not even simple, but it's, you know, it's PlayStation sponsored.
Ah, that's why. I think it has more the 2D charm than the other ones.
Yeah, because it's not as clean. Like even the lines are very sketchy, which is the way I animate. Because clean lines, don't know her. So I think it has more movement.
And I feel like it really fits nicely with the music too. But like my favorite part is like that it actually like fits with what he's saying. Like especially like this part I think is so cool. Also with the like self-esteem and then like having this really really macho pose. I don't know why, but it's just so great. And the floating things. Yeah, I think Echo saved, not saved, like it's great, but like he carried the whole video. I love Echo.
I also think it's nice that you have like the rotating like blades and then he also like rotates.
Yeah, true.
That's nice.
Honestly, I'm a sucker for things where like you actually see the 2D animation and it feels very rough, and then like when it actually like starts moving, that's just the coolest thing ever. Like even before it actually goes into the, like even before this part, it's just so nice.
Before, I love the fact that they actually did it like in real life with like the projectors with the flickering light. Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Traditional, but in a new sense. I wonder how they did that.
Did they animate it like that? Because that seems insane.
I think they did though, they must have, because like, look at the scrawny legs.
Yeah.
There it is.
The tiny feet.
Do you think they just did they actually animate in fisheye, or they just like slap a fisheye filter on it and then it somehow? I don't think so. You have to animate this yourself.
No, I would say they just put a fisheye on it after they animated.
They animated like that,
So
right?
they took reference in a fisheye camera
Yeah.
and animated that.
But nothing is rotoscoped. I mean, it doesn't look like
No,
it,
there
but
isn't. But they took of every like hand movement and shit. They took reference from the actual like artist.
yeah. I mean, that would make sense because moving like that, you should take reference for everything in life. Because video reference helps a lot. One thing I do appreciate though is the slight movements.
They're not just not
Static.
breathing and
Typical anime character number 3 in the background who just stands there like this and does absolutely nothing while people are moving. Or there's like an action sequence and they just do nothing. I mean, it's very music video-y, which is probably why the funky part is more interesting, because it's not as music video-y with them just singing and dancing.
probably, yeah.
Oh, I had to pass on. It's so like in real life music videos they do it too.
It really does feel like a real music video.
Yeah, I think you feel that they acted it out, or that it's, yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind to see like a Netflix show in this style.
True.
I like her hair.
Yeah. I like the character design in general. Like they all look like badasses.
But I feel like in like some parts they could have done the lip sync a bit better, because sometimes it's like it feels a bit off, like they're not really. Maybe that was intentional, because in music videos people also like sometimes don't really lip sync correctly, but like I don't know. Yeah, that's like
Wait,
the
let's
only
see
thing.
it again. Oh, true, he's too slow, no?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, he's a bit
Yeah,
too
right?
slow, and then he
Yeah.
moved and it was nothing, okay.
But like maybe that was like a conscious decision, because they would have had to animate it faster, and maybe then it would have looked like off with the body movement, with the frame rate maybe.
True.
But then there's this part where she sits in this throne and it looks like she's moving on ones as well. So I think maybe they tried to.
Not for everything though.
No. Yeah, this part.
Doesn't really look like it's ones though. Still kind of choppy. 1.5.
Okay.
I feel like because like it's 12 frames per second, so because it's rap, it's like really fast.
Yeah,
so maybe sometimes just like the animation can't keep up because of the frame rate maybe.
Yeah, that could be.
But the rest of the animation is really nice.
Oh, so it was in Paris, I take it. That makes sense. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the little with the poster, they were on the poster too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, but oh no, it's them. It almost looked like Valorant. I was like, wait a minute, what's that, a teaser?
Such a sucker for like logos. No! No! Yeah, that's cool. Oh damn, didn't even notice the eyes. Oh. That is so cool.
Yeah. Yay!